Hello, my friends, and welcome back to the Sussex Daily News Channel. This morning, we give you a piece of breaking news. Princess Diana's biography has blasted Meghan, poor girl with delusions of wealth and power. Lady Diana's biography, Andrew Morton, has claimed that Meghan Markle may have felt frustrated by the fact she could not speak for herself. Speaking during Channel 5 documentary Harry and Meghan, The New Revelations, which aired just last night at 9 p.m., the royal author, most famous for writing Diana, Her True Story, reveals how he feels for poor Meghan, who hadn't wanted to do her best and was deluded when she joined the royal family. Commenting on the Duchess of Sussex's first step as a royal, Morton claims 21st century woman Meghan had a fantasy of being more wealthy and powerful than she could have dreamed of, adored across the globe as the next big thing to having Diana back, and to go down in history as some kind of saint. Harry is largely to blame. He married her far too soon, and she had no idea that her fantasy life was just a fairy tale, and that the rest of the world wouldn't follow her script. Morton goes on to say that he believes finding freedom was Meghan's way of a cunning, cold-hearted social climber who knew exactly what she was doing. She's been frustrated by the fact that she's not been able to give her side of the story, he explains. All kinds of stories have come out about her, and she's not been able to answer back, and it's something she's found immensely frustrating. Morton adds that Prince Harry's apparent hate for the media, and especially for tabloids and paparazzi, all comes back to him. He saw an actress who he thought would love the publicity and thrive in that environment. Throw in the bi-ray social aspect, but not visibly so, to make it appear as though the royal family was modern and progressive, and she had it in the bag. He probably thought that he truly had a winner in Meghan. He discounted her sketchy past and never thought it was strange that he never met her father or step-siblings before the marriage. I feel bad for this poor girl. I mean, she came into this country, parachuted in, he explains. She joined the royal family like a bull in a china shop, expected that everything and everyone would give in to her overblown ego. She has shown an absolute disrespect for anything British. She had no intention to learn about British history or royal protocols, showing an appalling ignorance and lack of manners for a 40-year-old individual. Looking back at Meghan's first engagement with the Queen, which took place at Merseyside in 2018, Morton says Meghan despises royal protocols. He explains, the protocol is no mystery. It's like for any job. Dress appropriately, be on time, be polite, be courteous, follow specific rules related to a specific event, if any. Respect your superiors, respect the local culture. Just respecting color and dress code, Meghan was unwilling to follow and trying to justify her behavior. She walked in front of the Queen and in front of Harry all the time. Do you even need to be taught that? It's basic good conduct. Mr. Morton continued, why would you join a family and want to hit the ground running? Surely in any family, let alone a royal one, you keep your head down, get to know people, get to know their traditions, and make friends with them. Pure arrogance to think you can barge in with your opinions and expect everyone else to roll over. Did she listen? No. When you do not know, you observe, listen, ask questions, take time to study the place and get used to it. You do not behave like an arrogant diva, a spoiled child. In fact, she knew what she was getting into and why. She had an agenda from the beginning. She is a malignant, vicious narcissist. She was fake from the get-go. Put all three factors together and her exit will make sense, including the way it happened. However, some watchers did not agree with them. One of them pointed out she was not parachuted into a difficult family. She targeted Harry and planned this all along. The pretending to not know who he was, asking if he was kind, and the moving back to the US after 5 minutes. She was not bullied out. She was given everything: the wedding, the house, the titles. She is hated because she's a disgusting narcissist and user. End of story. She is not a victim in any way. But another fan blames Harry, saying, Harry is a fool who has been led by the nose by a minor Hollywood chanteuse who has ruthlessly used him and the royal family to boost her own celebrity status. Think about how much good he could have done in the service of his country at the present time. Instead, Sparkle whisked him away to Tinseltown without a backward glance. No sense of duty or loyalty. She obviously had only contempt for the family she was marrying into and the tradition they represent right from the start. Then she shamelessly played the xenophobia card as an excuse for leaving Britain and getting back to Tinseltown as fast as her little feet could carry her. The Canada episode being just a clumsy PR feint to mask her real aim, which was to quickly re-establish her movie career while she could still cash in on Harry's rapidly diminishing PR value. Meanwhile, poor Harry will have to get used to being a spare part and a fish out of water until her agent decides that he can be of no more use to her, and she dumps him. A fan agreed with this comment and said, Kate spent a decade getting to know royal protocol. She probably learned the history of the royal family too. Meghan could have spent 3 to 4 years learning, but I expect they wanted a baby. Harry should have married someone in their late 20s. He'd have 3 kids if he'd done that. However, another fan feels sorry for her poor dad. She said, after all, he sacrificed to get her where she is today. He makes one mistake, which was probably a setup anyway, that private letter, and she tosses him away. She was clearly embarrassed by him and never had any intention of walking her down the aisle. She wanted Charles to step in all along. She could have had her mother walk her, as lots of brides do with no fathers, but the show had to go on. Meanwhile, a fan from the US also slammed Meg, saying, as a citizen of the USA, I agree, as I have lived some years in the UK and loved every single aspect and minute of it. Ironically, I was able to fly back once a year to the US by my husband's company and was surprised at my view upon returning. I found so many Americans rude and impolite, pushing to be first, not a lot of decorum. Learned so very much from living in your land, which also was the land of my father's people originated from. And another person wrote, no, she's upset that she was found out to be the insincere liar that she is. Her whole story has been a false narrative, lie after lie after lie, hypocrisy after hypocrisy after hypocrisy, time and again. Her behavior has been completely indefensible. Too bad she's upset because she brought it upon herself. Contrary to Meghan, Kate has shown how well she fit in when the Duke and Duchess of Cambridge were interviewed after announcing their engagement, and the bride-to-be was faced with an awkward question about William's late mother. Prince William gallantly stepped in to prevent his future wife from being compared to his tragic mom in a TV interview. Seated alongside Kate Middleton, the couple were interviewed by royal correspondent Tom Bradby shortly after they announced their engagement in November 2010, reports The Mirror. During the interview, Kate was asked by Mr. Bradby, "You are obviously going to enter this family, the most famous royal family in the world. William's mother was this massive, iconic figure, the most famous figure of our age. Isn't that worrying? Isn't that intimidating? Do you think about that a lot, both of you, but particularly you, Kate, obviously?" Kate responded, "Obviously, I would have loved to have met her, and she's obviously an inspirational woman to look up to. Obviously, on this day, and going forward in things, it is a wonderful family. The members who I've met have achieved a lot, and very inspirational. So yes, I do." William then kindly interjected, "There's no pressure, though. There's no pressure, like Kate said. It is about carving your own future. No one is going to try to fill my mother's shoes. What she did was fantastic. It's about making your own future and your own destiny, and Kate will do a very good job of that." The couple went on to reveal some previously unknown details about how Wills popped the question during a trip to Kenya. He said, "We had a little private time away together with some friends, and I just decided that it was the right time, really. We had been talking about marriage for a while, so it wasn't a massively big surprise. I took her up somewhere nice in Kenya, and I proposed." I'd been planning it for a while, but as every guy out there will know, it takes a certain amount of motivation to get yourself going. So I was planning it, and then it just felt real right out of Africa. It was beautiful at the time. I had done a little bit of planning to show my romantic side. William proposed using his late mom's diamond and sapphire engagement ring, which he had been carrying around in his rucksack for 3 weeks. He explained, "I thought it was quite nice because obviously she's not going to be around to share any of the fun and excitement of it all. This was my way of keeping her sort of close to it all." Kate admitted she really didn't expect it at all and that it was a total shock when it came and very excited. The couple wed on April 29, 2011 and have gone on to have 3 children, Prince George, Princess Charlotte, and Prince Louis. That's the end of my report for you this morning. How do you feel about it? Please let me know in the comment section below and let's discuss them together. Remember to like and share my video with anyone you think will love it. If you want to watch more of my videos in the future, don't forget to subscribe to our channel so you won't miss anything. Now have a nice day and see you in the next video.
Meghan is living and doing what her heart tells her. Her mind, her heart was always fighting, and that was also the matter that Meghan would be hesitant to choose. Everything was so tired that she shyly changed her human personality, but she let things decide her instincts. When a person is younger, if trained well, he will be a useful person and vice versa. Meghan often shuts away from civic education classes. All she did was satisfy the needs of the damn demon.